All right, let's go right into watch this, jerks, because that's something that you watched. Just to get back, well, let's do the movies here. Let's get to the movies.
Sure. I watched because at least it showed up on Max yesterday as far as when I turned it on. Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3.
Oh,
Did you watch that? Part 1?
I haven't watched any of those. No.
They're good.
Okay.
I know you like those animated DC Universe movies, and now that Part 1, 2, and 3 are all on there, that's all of it. That's the whole movie is parts 1 through 3. It's worth your time if you're into the DC animated movies and you like DC Comics, and obviously if you're a fan of the original Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is one of the most famous DC comics of all time from the mid-'80s.
Right.
The Wolfman and Perez classic. They do a decent job. It's a very dense book. I have it. Actually, I think I may even have it like next to my desk.
You're sitting on it, right? Just so you can be on
camera.
So I
can see, so I can see everything. It's good. It can be like a tough read at times, but it is it's pretty excellent. There's no faults. They do take some liberties with it and some changes just to kind of make it make sense for a movie.
Those old, like complicated stories are just like were impossible to follow. I feel like back in the day, right? Like, and there was no way to look up like what they meant either. Yeah,
exactly. And this is like, as Kuramanju actually says in the chat, he goes, "It finally made sense."
Well, that's cool.
It's worth watching, especially if you've watched the other movies, even if you don't know who all the characters are, because you see every DC character that ever existed, but there are also some other cool, fun Easter eggs in there. It's worth their time.
I'll watch
Check it out.
I will.
Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movies.
I will. It's on the list.
Good.
What else we got?
We ended up watching Ghostbusters, the first one.
Nice. Oh wow! I can't wait to hear about the scene.
The ghost blowjob scene.
Ghost blow.
Yes. So the scene came on. And I immediately got a glance from Mrs. Shipwreck of like.
You didn't discuss ahead of time with Mrs. Ship?
I did it like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, so she just
about it, and so she wasn't really remembering it, and then she like went like, "Oh wait, it's this scene," and gave me a look, and I said, "It'll be all right."
Yeah,
like I gave her the "Oh, it'll be all right" look back, and then the scene ended, and then Dash was like, "They have really weird dreams." Because it's a whole dream sequence. I forgot that the blowjob scene was a dream sequence.
What happens before she's unbuckling his pants?
They're sleeping.
Yeah, so nothing. What else is part of that dream? I'm trying to remember.
That's the entire dream.
That's it, right?
That's the entire dream, is him getting a blowjob from a ghost.
I mean, to be fair, she's just opening his pants. She could be doing anything. She could be doing anything. She could be checking out the color of his underwear.
She could.
It is his wife, also, for the record.
He's married to a ghost?
Yeah, the actress, the ghost actress is his real wife.
Well, I don't think Dash knew that, and I don't think it makes it any better.
Sure it does. It's like don't worry. It's like don't worry. They're married.
And then there's one other line about when whoever, I can't remember what her character name is. Ralph. Yeah, whenever Ralph is asking Bill Murray that she wants him inside him, that's an awkward line there as well.
Oh, Azul, you mean, or whatever?
The gatekeeper,
or whatever. The gatekeeper. Sorry,
yeah. The gatekeeper.
Sorry, I better get these terms right. People are gonna cancel my nerd card.
But they liked it. They want to watch the rest of all the other Ghostbusters now.
Good. Did you tell them that there's no more? Say, "Oh, I'm sorry, they haven't made any more yet. It's been weird." But
I like 2 okay.
2 is fun. 2 has its moments.
They've been quoting the cats and dogs living together line, so I'm pretty proud of that they like picked that up right away.
It's true, this man has no dick.
They haven't been saying that one a lot.
No, when you drop them off at school, they're not like, "Oh, Daddy, it's my teacher. It's true, this man has no dick."
No. Not to
no, not so much. I like 2 though. Ghostbusters 2 is all right.
It's all right. It's all right. It's like all right, like RoboCop 2 is all right.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's definitely on the RoboCop 2
but it's not nothing to be proud of, really.
No, it's not going
like,
to be.
You didn't fuck it up too bad, but you didn't really.
They're going to enjoy watching the Statue of Liberty.
Sure.
Like,
and that whole montage with the music and the feel good and the bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But what else we got here?
We also watched the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I watched
finally
that.
got around to watching that.
Honor Among Thieves.
Yes.
Sure. That sounds like a title they would put on the end of it. That movie is okay, but it can't really decide like how funny it wants to be or not.
Right. I remember
like,
that.
There's like it's like they needed to lean in to the funny a little bit more, I think. And it would have been.
I agree. I liked it, but yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, and it seems like it's long.
It is long.
I don't know why that movie is that long.
I don't think I remember really anything about it. It's not very memorable.
There's that one good Easter egg with the animated kids. But other than that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that part.
The Saturday morning show.
The Saturday morning kids running around. I like that part.
It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It could have, look, it's a lot better than it had any business being. It could have been most of these are a disaster. So like, yeah. TV time. Mm-hmm. I'm all caught up on The Penguin.
I'm an episode behind.
It's still good.
I was going to watch the new episode, but then I saw Crisis Part 3 was on there, and that's what I watched instead of watching Penguin.
Right.
So, but that episode, the last episode I saw, the flashback episode.
Yeah.
That episode was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good.
And the Penguin was hardly in it.
It's hardly in it. It wasn't his episode.
It was that actress. She's really good. There's a lot of good performances in that show, and that's why you don't really need to know about Batman, anything. It's just interesting to watch the characters. And they're not comic book characters in this, right? They're just mafia characters, so you don't, it's not a comic book show.
It's not a comic book show. They're not comic book characters. I still think I'll be disappointed if it doesn't end where
wearing spandex.
Where I want it to end. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Gadgets and spandex.
Yes.
No.
Umbrella gadgets.
No. That's not what I mean.
Laser whips.
No, I'm not
super
that kind
mega
of
crossbow.
Person.
Giant duck car.
Pull my ears out.
No, you know what? He has the purple Maserati, which is just as outlet crazy as having the duck car.
No, he needs the duck car.
The duck car also was weird. It just needs to end with.
Don't tell me because I don't know anything about any of this shit. So don't tell me. Let's save it for later. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
We'll wait for it to end. And if it ends the way I think it should end, I'll go, see, that's what I was talking about. Or I'll say, that's not what I thought was going to happen.
Write it on a Post-it, and then you can hold it up to the screen.
Well, that almost leads us into the next thing on the list.
Well, I watched the first episode of High Potential, actually.
And?
It was good.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Mrs. Chibi and I watched it. It was, I don't know that I want to watch more of it, but, I mean, it was funny and cute, and...
It's entertaining.
It was light entertainment.
It's a nice, good mystery of the week type show. And sometimes you just need a mystery of the week type show. I mean, my wife and I are still watching it. That we're caught up on because we're watching that together. And it's a good light mystery of the week show. It's very clever at times. And
I did mystery of the week this week.
What?
When I was watching on Netflix and saw that the number 9 most popular movie was Pixels.
Oh, it fell. It was like number 5, like last week.
That is a mystery of the week.
Yeah, why is it doing so poorly? I can't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler really fell off. His movie from what year is that?
2012, maybe 11. I remember when it was Sabrina's favorite movie. I remember that time in my life. Yeah, because
she was 6, probably.
Yeah. No, it was appropriate at the time. I don't even know when the last time she watched it was.
Americans don't have good taste.
Did she watch it at a time where she wouldn't understand Cubert's sex, where now she would?
I think now I wonder if she would see that movie in a different light now, knowing the kind of movies that she watches now, which are very different. So,
like Bottoms.
Yeah, like Bottoms. She likes her favorite. She really likes Edgar Wright movies or her jam. That's her jam.
What else are we watching here? We're still watching Terminator 0, which I highly recommend. It's got some nice twists, and it's like it's more Terminator, but not, and it's nothing complicated. Like you don't have to worry about like time travel and all that shit and piecing together timelines. It's just like a cool add-on Terminator story with that brings Japan into the picture, and they're fun robots. So it's good. I recommend it. Netflix. Also, What We Do in the Shadows is back. The vampire. You watch that show, Wombat, or no? You don't watch that? It's fun. First episode was
like the first season of it, and that was.
Oh, it got better, but maybe then worse.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it got better and then worse, and maybe I don't know. The first episode was all right, but wasn't that great. And we're still watching Only Murders in the Building, but we haven't finished it. Did you finish that?
Oh, yeah, that we're caught up on again because of the show we're watching together.
It's still going or no? Or
there's two up. There's this week and then there's next week and then it's done for the season.
Oh, okay.
So there's technically two episodes left for you, one episode left for me. This week's episode is really good.
I'm behind a few, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this: I figured it out.
Oh, interesting.
And I felt very proud of myself.
How do you know?
Because the most recent episode, you know.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, but I figured it out before then.
All right.
And I had to like. That's why your whole when you said put it on a Post-it.
Yeah.
Made me laugh because I didn't actually put it on a Post-it, but that was I actually literally had that conversation with my wife. She goes, "If you really think you figured it out, why don't you write it down?"
She doesn't believe you. She doesn't believe you.
I'm like, really? You wouldn't believe me if I just told you when it happens? And I'm like, I knew it.
Right.
And when it happened, I was like, and here's how I knew.
Right.
I was able to like pinpoint the exact moment in the episode where I'm like, and that's how I knew.
Nice.
I was like, oh, look how smart you are.
I'm a little disappointed.
Matlock over here.
a regular Matlock.
Who are you trying to take down from the inside, Wombat?
Yep. I also did the same thing with the most recent episode of High Potential, where I was like, "Oh, that's the killer," and my wife was like, "Really? We're 15 minutes in."
Oh, so you got to write it down. Don't tell her.
Yeah, no, she got mad at me for that one. She's like, "Really? It just started."
It might be more annoying though if you just start scribbling down in the middle of the episode.
Yeah, those shows obviously it's a little easier to figure out than
right. There's not that many characters.
It's like, oh, this is the new character this episode.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're the killer.
I've also been watching. You ever watch any of these GeoGuessr videos on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, where it'll be someone's guess where I am, and then there's the guy who has to figure out where the person is. Yeah.
I like that. Do you like that?
That was where you were going with that.
Well, first of all, I discovered that it's an
that's
esport.
That's the purest thing you've ever said in 20 years of this show.
Well, I discovered it's an esport where it's like the head-to-head, and they're two guys. They just show the Google map, and it's like you got like 10 seconds to put it on a map, and whoever's closest gets the most points, and it's like an elimination thing, and that's pretty cool. But then the thing that you're talking about, where the guy, his name is like Rainbolt, I think. He's got a lot of followers. He doesn't need our fucking plug. So it does whatever, Rain something. He gets like challenges. People will send him a picture. Do you know this guy, Ship? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I mean, I know the concept of what you're talking about, but I don't know the
But I think you don't know you only know the concept to like a degree. The real concept is somebody will email him like a picture of like, this is my favorite restaurant. And it's a picture of the table that he's sitting at in a dark restaurant, and sends him the picture. And he's like, find my favorite restaurant. So it's like a combination of social engineering and knowing how to like take a picture apart and like feed it into Photoshop and like make it brighter and things that you can't see, and like uncrop the image if it's an iPhone photo, which you can do. I didn't know that. Did you know you could do that? Like somebody sends you a certain file, you can uncrop their original photo. So and then he has a timer going in the corner, how long it takes him to find this. So in this particular case, it took him 30 minutes to find this guy's restaurant in Hong Kong that he was sitting at, the exact table that he was sitting at. In another one, they send him like a picture of a plane. It's out the window of a plane, like mostly of the wing of the plane. And he has to figure out what flight the guy is on. And of course he does it in like 20 minutes and has the guy's exact seat number. Like, It's insane and very entertaining.
He's good. Yeah. No, my kids like that guy. My wife likes that guy. I know exactly what you're talking about. I haven't gotten into it too much, but I've seen it.
But there's like a sort of a lesson there too, in that not only he shows you how to do it, which is cool. Like he gives you the knowledge, but also he shows you like how susceptible you are to someone figuring this shit out. Like it doesn't have to be somebody like him, like if you just know how to do it. So if you're going on vacation and stuff, like he recommends like not posting live photos of where you are, things like that, because people can go through your feed, figure out like where you are. They just need to put in a little bit of time, and maybe they can, rob your house or some shit. Anyway, Rainbolt on YouTube. It's good.